From the United States, we've got Billy Billing. She'll be playing Ada Leo, who is also from the United States. On table 4, coming to us from Japan, please welcome Miyatani. Her opponent on table 4 from the United States, Pamela Kelly. We'll jump over to table number 2. Coming to us from the United States, we've got Dawn Hopkins. And her opponent on table number 2, Sandy Chang. And on our arena table, coming from Canada, it's Joanne Ashton. Her opponent on the arena table, coming from the United States, is Sara Miller. Ladies, if you can, please lag for the break.
All right, guys, welcome back to Green Bay here with us at the Oneida Women's World 8-Ball Championship. This is Sean Denny. I'm joined in the booth by Miss Ashley Benoit, fresh off of a round 1 loser side win.
What's up, guys?
Heard you played pretty all right, a little slow out of the gate, but got going after that.
I mean, there were some good moments, there were some bad moments, but yeah, I ended up, being able to bear down and close out when I needed to at the end there, so that's always nice. Hopefully I can start it a little bit earlier tomorrow because I play at the same time. I've never been much of a morning person.
Most pool players aren't.
Nice lag there by these ladies with Joanne the victor, so she will get the first break.
It's been a pretty fun tournament so far. Oneida, our title sponsor, getting everything organized for us. The Peach Hours, Olhausen, the whole crew, Dr. Poole. We've got a lot of good people putting a lot of good effort into it.
The 2 main sponsors also sponsor me, with that being JP Chower and Olhausen Billiards, so I'm especially excited to be able to represent them in this tournament. They've done a lot for us ladies, like a lot more than you guys think.
Right. A lot behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Not just what the public gets to see, but a lot. So tell me a little bit about these players. You know them pretty well?
Yeah, they're both, Joanne probably has a little bit of an edge, but Sara Miller has quite a high gear and she can make some really nice pressure shots.
So Joanne's probably a little bit more consistent, but Sara, if she catches that high gear, can really get going.
They've both been playing and on the tour for a while, so they've got the mental side down. Yeah. I don't know really what else to say about them. I've had the pleasure of playing both of them.
With elim defeating Emily Duddy. Let's give Emily a round of applause.
Well, here's to hoping we got a good match on our hands. Should be a fun one at least.
Yeah, I actually just got to play Joanne at the last stop, Soaring Eagle. And that was on the stream table. If you guys want to go ahead and watch that back, it should be on YouTube somewhere. Sara Miller, I played her at one of the second chance tournaments that we've had in New York. And those were like small races to 3, so I would have liked to been able to play her in one of the longer ones, but sooner or later I'm sure we will run into each other. Alright, good break there. Just a small cluster, but I think both of those balls go in the corner near the cue ball, so it's just getting to the right area of the board to clear those out.
I think getting on the 7 will be a little bit easier.
I think so too.
The window for the 13 with the 8 being right there is a little bit
Yeah.
tighter, but both of them are manageable.
Yeah, and she's got a better shot on solids to start. She can either start with the 1 or the 3 up table.
I kind of like starting with the 1. It clears out the 2 and the 5.
I agree with you, yeah.
The only problem is you don't really have the whole cue ball to cue on because it's on the rail. So I don't blame her for starting with the 3. Could go either way. We are playing that it is open after the break.
And scratches on the 8 ball is not a loss unless the 8 drops as well.
Yep. Players are playing with a 40-second shot clock, 130-second extension per rack. You get 60 seconds after the break to analyze the table, so it gives you a little bit more time to look at the layout and see what's going on. Didn't see, did Sara opt for stripes there?
Yes, she did. Which I don't mind, like where the cue ball was. All she has to do is stun this to the rail and back out a little bit. She should have that 13 ball.
Yeah, with the one not being the opening shot, it makes getting that cluster taken care of a little bit harder than dealing with the 13. So I do like taking the stripes here.
Yeah, plus with the balls, all the stripes on that side of the table pretty much gave her more of an opportunity to get to it. Getting to the 7 with where all the solids are was a little bit more of an ask, you know.
Yeah.
She cleared it out though, she opened it up.
Yeah, she tried to kind of dig into it a little bit instead of rolling forward and taking the thinner cut on the 11. Either way was fine. When you jack up a little bit, it makes it a little bit tougher, but...
Yeah, especially with the slidiness of these tables and the slickness. And the cue balls are always clean.
I think Joanne's actually got a really good shot here to get a good angle on the 5 to bump
She
the
does,
2.
yes. Just draw it straight back out to the middle of the table. Oh, I think she wanted to... I don't know. I think she's just playing for the 3 here.
From that corner cam, I didn't realize, but the gap between the 1 and the 2 is a lot more manageable than I thought. I thought they were a little closer together.
Yeah, this view is a little misleading sometimes.
Good shot there. She should
Sometimes
have
those long distance shots are hard to roll like that, but she hit it pretty good.
I will say this, these tables are playing excellent.
I do like them, and I like that they tightened them up from last year too.
Oh, are they playing tighter?
Well, last year I believe they were 4.5, and this year they're 4.25.
Oh, are they? I didn't even know that.
But they're still playing pretty big right now, just because it's still very new and slick felt. I'm sure by the end of the tournament they'll tighten up a little bit, but I don't think they'll tighten up too much. But 4.5 is a little bit too big, especially on new cloth, you know, for a world championship. I agree with the choice.
Yeah, when you have top level players, nobody wants to see big pockets. Everyone wants to see tighter pockets. People, as much as it pains me to say, people like seeing people miss. They like seeing the suspense.
Yes, the suspense.
Yeah, she got a little bit straight on this ball.
She hit that really clean though. That was a great shot there. She could make this 5 and try to just like bump the 2. Or I think she could even play the 1 here. I think she's got the window for the 1 as well.
I think she does. Put a little bit of bottom right on it to kind of slide up off the long rail on the left-hand side and come above the 2.
Alright, she's playing the 5 ball.
Yeah, playing the 5 ball first there, you really have to make sure you hit the 2, because if you miss the 2, then you're going to be doubled up on both the 2 and the 1, and you're not going to have a shot afterwards. So playing the 5 is okay there, but
Honestly, I mean, she could have done what she did, or she could have even come off the rail and come into the back side of the 2.
yeah, make it a little bit easier. You're not really
Yeah,
punching at it as much.
exactly. Yeah, especially with an angle like that, you have to hit it pretty clean, even on these tables with how the pockets are playing.
All right. Looks like Sarah's going to play this 10 ball on the side and the 13 in the corner. She just played the 11. Shouldn't be too much work left from here.
I like coming up 2 rails between the 1 and the 8 and coming back to the middle of the table off of this shot.
Yeah, especially with new cloth. I'm more of a fan of like letting my stroke out and going past the 8 and coming back above it.
Yeah.
I don't want to try and slow roll anything, because if you do, you might end up in no man's land like we might be here.
No, she's okay.
She'll be
She's
fine.
okay.
That ball stops about 6 inches further than we're talking, but she's perfectly fine in the side pocket here to take rack number 1. I do believe
Right.
she will be breaking in rack number 2.
She will be. Yes, you're right.
So Ashley, what have you been up to lately? Anything new?
No, just playing pool like always.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wish my life was more exciting, but I mean, it is pretty exciting. I can't say that.
I was about to say, you get to travel around and play pool for a living.
For sure. It
Get
can get tiring, though.
What, the life of a pool player is tiring, being on the road and eating fast food all the time? Who would have thought?
I don't know how I'm still so skinny with all the junk food that I eat. It's hard to maintain a good balanced diet.
I'm sure that there's a little bit of exercise in there too.
You would think.
No?
No, I'm not a workout kind of person.
Just a
Unless
really
I'm
good
playing
metabolism?
a sport. Yeah. Yeah, I've always had a pretty good metabolism, but like I've never been one to work out just for the sake of working out. It's too boring. My brain can't do it. But if I'm playing a sport, I could sit there and work out for hours.
Yeah.
Throwing the football, playing volleyball, baseball, whatever it is, like I could do it the whole day if I'm having fun.
Got Spain represented in the crowd here. Maite.
España.
Congrats to them on their World Cup victory.
Yes.
It's kind of like gymnastics in the Olympics. Everyone watches soccer once every 4 years. Or curling.
Curling is funny. All right. So that 10 ball is in a very tricky spot. I don't mind solids here. If she starts with the 6 and plays the 5 up table, I think that's a good spot to start.
So are you going to try and slow roll the 6 in to make sure you hold shape down at the bottom for the 5?
Yeah. That's where I would start. Or even start with the 5 and try and bump the 8 out. One of the two. She's going stripes here. I just don't like that 10 ball.
If she can play this right here with a little bit of bottom left to kind of slide over for the 10 in the side and take care of it right now, I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either. These side pockets are playing pretty tight, though. Just the facing of them is very straight. They're not open.
Yeah.
No, that's not what she's electing to do. Yeah, she landed in a little bit of a funky spot here. She might have to play this 14 ball.
What, all the way up table?
Yeah, over to the bottom left over there.
Yeah, I don't think she can see enough of the 15 to make it. Nope. I don't even know if she can see enough of the 14 to make it all the way up in the top right, what's on your screen right now.
Yeah, I think that 12 ball, sorry, is her only option. What is she doing here?
Oh no. 8 ball was
She tried to
tracking.
combo it. All right, we'll tie that 4 up a little bit, but if she can clear this 3 out and then play this 7, that 4 opens up.
Honestly, she just really needs one really good positional shot here off this 5 ball.
Yeah,
If she
she's a
gets
little
that,
jacked up over the 1, but it's not too bad.
getting
And-
on the 3 ball from here, it's 2 really tight windows, so she might just elect to play. Can she see the 3 right now?
I guess so.
Well, she could. What do you like here?
I like the 2 to the 1.
Just kind of a little bit of follow, go
Yeah.
1, maybe 2 rails.
Yeah, 2 to the 1 ball. And then depending on where you're on this 1 ball, you can either go 5 or 6 next. She's drawing out here.
She's just not quite getting enough out of her draw stroke right now. I think
Yeah.
she's kind of punching it
Yeah,
a
I
little
was
too
literally
much.
just about to say that. Alright, I think here you play the... you could go for the 5 or the 1 here.
I kind of like the angle on the 5 because it leads to the 7 and helps you deal with
agree
the 4.
that, yeah. Yeah, from here I would go 5, 7, 4, 1, 6, 8. She's going with the 1 ball.
If I had to guess, I'd say she's playing for the 6 next. Yep. That could bring her 1 rail out to the middle of the table with the angle she's got. I don't hate this.
Yeah, with all those balls near that corner, there's a lot of different paths you can take, and going with what you're most comfortable with is, even if you know it's probably not the best option, it's still doable, and you should go for it if that's what you're comfortable with. Because I don't like those thin cuts on the 1 there. I would have preferred the 5, but that's just me.
Yeah. Did she get enough out of this? I don't think she
No.
did.
So she's gonna have to hit this 5 with some inside and check it to like the middle of the table. 2nd diamond or 3rd diamond would be okay. You don't want to go too far though and then have to bump into the 4 because you might leave it on the rail weird. Anything can happen when you have to bump balls.
So I know on brand new cloth, inside doesn't take as well. Or the table's starting to wear in a little bit to where it's taking it a little bit more than it was yesterday.
I mean, I got it to take a little bit. It's more of like the speed in which you hit the shot. Like the harder you hit it, the less it's gonna check.
Right, it's gonna slide more than anything.
And she actually landed on the 7 pretty good. I would literally just be playing a stop shot here. She could maybe even stun it out a little bit towards that 12 ball, just a hair. I would have loved to meet Joanne's twin, Beverly. I've never met her.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't-
just Joanne that travels to these tournaments now.
I didn't know she had a twin.
Yeah,
Oh.
yep. That's funny that you didn't know that. All right, a little close, but she should be okay here. Perfect.
All right, neither player's holding break or holding serve on their own break.
No, they flipped each other's break. Joanne broke first rack.
Yeah, and as they say in tennis, they broke serve and then
I
did
don't know.
it right back.
I don't watch tennis.
You don't? Fair
No.
enough. I watch it once a year during Wimbledon. I didn't watch it this year though because the World Cup was going on.
I don't really watch any sports except for football.
Oh, I watch them all. Pretty much the only thing I had a YouTube TV subscription just so I could watch ESPN and stuff. I finally had to
Yeah.
cancel it. My wife said we're not paying $82 a month for that. It's like, that's fair.
Mm. Yeah, it's definitely hard to keep me still to watch, you know. The only reason why I liked football was because it was just so exciting. But yeah, it's hard to keep me sitting still for too long. And I don't understand the rules of basketball and I mean, tennis is pretty self-explanatory, but the fouls of basketball and soccer, like I get lost. I don't understand them. But football, I understand.
kind of want to just throw you in front of a TV that's got a hockey game on and see what happens.
I mean, honestly, hockey is so hard for me because I can't even find the puck half the time. Like, I'm like, what am I looking at here?
All right, we are all knotted up at 1. Joanne is about to break. See, this is something I'm really bad at. I never put chalk on my break cue. I never do.
How often do you miss cue on the break?
I really don't, because I
Oh.
play just center ball.
Fair.
If I'm trying to like pot break or something, I might throw chalk on it. If I don't, then that's normally when I'll miss cue. But for the most part, it's just center ball. Trying to keep it in the middle of the table.
Alright. I think I'm liking solids a little bit more than stripes here. I don't know. I don't think the 7 goes all the way up table, but she might be able to play it in the side.
It definitely goes in the side. It's close on whether it goes up table. Yesterday, I would have said it did, just because you could hit like a diamond before the pocket and it would
Yeah.
go. Today, it's playing a little bit tighter.
Yeah, I think it's like a diamond and a half up. Maybe you can hit it to the second diamond. I don't think it goes all the way up.
I don't mind stripes, though, because the 14 leads to the 10, and the 10 definitely goes up in that top left.
I don't think so. I think it's right on the back of that 7 ball.
Are they froze?
Yeah, they're froze. It looks like
Okay.
it. She can come into it right now, though, and break it up a little bit. She might have the angle. I can't tell. Yeah, she's checking to see if it goes or not. It's so hard to tell from the booth, guys.
Table 6 elimination match is complete with Caroline Powell defeating Laura Lenk.
I guess it
She
does.
must think it does. We'll see. Let's go.
What's nice is she's pretty straight on it, so she doesn't have to put a big stroke on it or anything to
Nope.
get anywhere she wants to go. She
Nope,
can just
just-
kind of roll forward a little bit.
Yep. Oh, perfect.
All right, just a little stop shot here to play for the 13. 13 leads to the 9 up in the top left corner. She might have to roll this a little bit and get in front of the 1. I can't tell the angle she's got.
Either she gets in front of the 1 or she just kind of draws it back a little bit, plays the 9 in the side, and then draws it back for the 13 to the
Yeah.
11.
Yeah, the worst thing you could do right here is end up jacked up over the 1.
Oh, she's playing the 13 now. Okay.
Okay,
She
I
had a
didn't-
nice window to it. I like that. And then 15 to the 9 to the 11 to the 8. This will be a nice break and run if she gets out here.
All right, not a lot of work left to do. This should be the most the cue ball moves until she gets down to the 8 at this point.
She called her extension. She wants to make sure she gets... I wonder what she's doing here. Is she twisting it? Yeah. Oh.
It's tough.
Yeah, she tried to maintain the angle she needed on that 9. She still kind of ended up on the wrong side of it a little bit.
All right, Sara could be out here with one really good opening shot on the 4.
Or the 6 on the side. One of the two.
She elected to roll it. I kind of like punching at it a little bit just to make sure you didn't get too close to those balls.
Yeah, I agree. She's got relatively easy safe here with the 5. If she can just kind of keep that cue ball behind the 7.
Play the 5 like 2 rails out and just
Yeah, she's pretty close to it though, so you don't want to hit it too hard and risk double hitting the ball.
Yeah.
Kind of just want to give it a nice short stroke and draw that cue ball to the 7.
Yeah, if anything, it's better to underhit it. As long as the 5 gets a rail, it's better to underhit it than to try and really nudge it up on the 7. Because the 7's such a big ball with where you're at.
Yeah, and then either way, she'll be jacked up over the 7 trying to kick at the 15 hanging in the pocket.
I think she's cutting at it, though.
No, I think she's playing this. Oh my gosh.
It's a nervy shot. No
don't
reward.
do that to her.
It's very unfortunate.
No reward.
Anytime you're that close to the ball, it's a little nervy because you don't know. It's hard to tell exactly the angle you're going at.
Mm-hmm.
Because the cue ball's partially blocking what you're trying to look at.
Yeah, you can't really like worry too much about the cue ball. You have to really focus on just making that ball.
Just unfortunate she didn't get another 6 inches of roll out there. If she did, she would have been really good on this one. No, I think she's just trying to come down to the bottom rail.
Yeah, try to put that one up on the 9.
Oh,
no.
as Lonnie would say, it's dark in there.
I miss Lonnie. Oh, wish you were here if you're watching the stream.
If she's not watching right now, you know she'll be watching it back eventually.
Oh. Probably.
I think her and Bob are having a pretty good time up in Alaska, though.
That's where they're at, Alaska?
Yeah, they went on an Alaskan cruise.
Yeah, I knew they went on a cruise. I just didn't know where.
Yep, left all of us here to fend for ourselves while they're on a boat. Good for them. They deserve it, though. They put in a lot of work. I think I'd be starting with the 9 here, just because
You would
it's
think.
the
I don't
most
like
troublesome.
saving the 15 till last, just because the distance between it and the 8 ball, and with how the slide of the rails are playing, that cue ball can die trying to come around.
Yeah. If you're gonna start with the 11, I think she's playing the right pattern, 11, 15, 9. But
Yeah.
I think I would have rather started with the 9. The 11 could have been a really good out ball to make sure you get on the 8, and you
Slow
wouldn't have.
down, cue ball. Ooh, yeah.
This is gonna be tricky.
She's gonna have to leave herself a long shot on this 8 and just get that 9 in the corner.
Yeah, just kind of stun over to the left
Yeah,
long
float
rail.
it out a little bit with some bottom right. Alright, she hit that pretty good. Pretty good shot, Joanne.
She actually went into the 6 there, and I would have been terrified of going in the side pocket off of it the whole time. Like, I wouldn't have even been looking at the 9. I'd have just watched the cue ball roll.
I had a pretty weird scratch in my match in the side pocket off the bottom rail.
Really?
Especially with how these side pockets are playing, you would think that that shot is like impossible, but nope, it just went right in. Like probably off the first diamond into the side pocket, yeah.
That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how you never even think about that scratch until it happens, and you're like, I don't understand.
Ugh. I was playing in the split bracket tournament last weekend at Raxx in Vernon, Connecticut, and I scratched in the side pocket off of half a diamond off the rail.
Yep. All right. Let's take some look around the room at some scores. What do we got?
Things are still pretty early. No more than 2 racks played on each table. Dawn and Sandy are level at 1 apiece. Samia Konishi is 1-0 over Lori John. Mina Tani and Pam Kelly are at 1 apiece. Neo Weshwan, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm curious if we have a pronunciation on here for her name.
I was about to say, we have it for some, not for all.
Neo Yua Schwan. Ha! I was pretty close.
You were.
I was pretty close. I'll
Yeah.
give myself a pat on the back for that one.
I'll give you a B+ effort.
So she's 1-0 over Natalie, and Billy Billing is 2-0 over Ada, and we are still waiting on 2 matches to start on table 6 and 7.
So everything's pretty close. Billy Billing is up a little bit more, but everyone else seems to be pretty close to square.
Yes.
Let's see if Sara can square this matchup at 2 apiece, or if Joanne's going to get a 2-game cushion.
dry break there. Everything is pretty open.
I think I like the stripes.
Yeah, I like starting with the 11, just play stop shot. You can either play the 15 up table from there or the 13. I mean, every ball goes into multiple pockets, so I really don't see her running into any problems early on in the run out.
Yeah, both sets are really pretty open. The one ball is kind of the trickiest ball for the solids. The 15 is the 11's actually kind of the trickiest ball for the stripes. She just ended up really good off of it on a dry break.
Yeah, I think she can play this 15 up. I don't know. The angle's kind of a little tricky. I don't think it goes on the side because of the 3. I can't tell from this angle. It might go on the side here.
I think it does. And if it does, then that's extremely ideal.
And that's the shot I would be playing if it goes on the side.
Maybe just bump the 1 a little bit if you have to travel a little bit right, but...
Oh, she's going to the corner.
I do like that shot too because the pocket plays a lot bigger.
And it almost dropped.
Kind of unfortunate that it hung up. But normally, whenever you're playing into a smaller side pocket or you have an opportunity to cut it all the way down into a corner pocket that accepts it better, it's normally better to go.
All right, so her 5 is the only problem ball really here. I start with the 1 here. I don't like starting with the 2. Because the 1's probably the hardest shot to get to. But she can draw back and play the 1 next if she so chooses. Ooh. Bump that 5 even further into no man's land.
And I think now you just kind of have to play the 6 and see what you come up with. I don't think you can follow the 5 in behind the 13 or the 15.
You might be able to. I think
if the 15's favoring the far side of the table, it's doable. But if it's right in the middle of the pocket, which I think it is, that's just so tough.
she can come around here. Oh, she overcut it. Got up a little bit there, but I don't disagree with that shot. I think that was the right shot. She just had to take a little bit more time to really make sure you're making it and getting on that 5 ball, because that was your shot to get to the 5.
All right, Joanne really doesn't have any issues on the rest of this rack. The 8 ball's the biggest issue, but if she gets down here on the 12 and the 13 good enough, she can kind of clear out some of the solids. I actually really like leaving the 15 up in the corner until you come down here and try and bust out the 8 a little bit. Leaves you kind of like a break glass in case of emergency ball.
I like playing the 9 here. I like saving the 14 to get to the 8 because I think it goes by that 1 ball. Yeah, an 8 ball, the least amount you have to run into other balls is better. Like, just so many things can happen when you have to bump balls.
Yeah, all the traffic gets even more congested sometimes. Sometimes you clear it out. Sometimes you just made a mountain out of a molehill.
But the 8 also goes in the side. So playing the 15 here. This is where it can get tricky. If she needs to come 1 rail out and play for the 13 next. I think there's too tight of a window to get to that 14 without having like a funny back cut at it, and you might go too far and not leave yourself on the 13. So we'll see what she does here. A little bit of a stretch. Don't touch that 6 ball. That's actually pretty damn good. Excuse my soft language. Gotta give her snaps for that one. I don't think she could have hit that any better.
No, it was solid, and I mean the angle she's got right now, she can just kind of slide over, go down one rail up for the 13. Just got to be careful about overrunning it.
Yeah.
Sometimes players, not on slick cloth like this, but sometimes players will elect to play this 2 rails, kind of dragging the ball out just to make sure they don't bring the 1 ball into play.
Honestly, I don't mind bringing the 1 ball into play because that opens up the 8 ball a little bit. Use it to stop the cue ball. As long as you don't hit the 1 too thin and push it into the 8 ball.
Oh, I was just talking about missing the 1 and going above it. Perfect shot there. With the way she's playing this, the 8 ball must go in this bottom left corner.
Yeah,
it has to.
Unless she plans to draw into the 1 ball here. Oh, she tried to play it with some inside. I guess it didn't go. I'm curious if that's what she was trying to do, come into those balls.
Oh no, but Sarah's got a really good chance here to clean up the rack.
Yeah, she needs to take this opportunity and run with it. Can't give Joanne another one. Gotta stay in this match.
Oh, Joanne's back at the table. I think she can play this rail first. Getting on the 8's tough. You got to be real touchy with it to get it in the side.
I don't know if it goes in the side. She might have to bank it. Oh. Oh, she's going 2 rails at this? Wee.
That was a lot to ask for on a slick table.
Very much so.
Honestly, if I was going to go 2 rails, I might have gone down, up, and back down, as opposed to trying to shorten it up on a Z shot. Either way would have been tough.
I thought she had the window to come off the bottom rail and into the 13.
Yeah, originally that's what I thought she was lining up for. She walked down to the bottom of the table. I guess it was just a little too wide. I don't know. I might have played a little bit of masse before a Z shot, but
Yeah. Especially with the slickness of the cloth, those masses really grab.
right. It's a good look here. She's just gonna.
She's got to come to the bottom rail and out. She's got to take care of the 4 and the 6 ball now. Off the rail. Perfect. Play the 6 up table. 4.
Good shot there.
We're going to see another inside shot here. I don't see her trying to work this cue ball all the way around the table.
The only thing is you don't want to end up too straight on the 5. That is one of the hardest shots in pool. Anytime you put inside on a ball, a lot of people tend to miss it a lot more frequently.
Yeah. It took me quite a while to feel comfortable shooting those balls with inside.
Really?
Yeah. I'm actually pretty comfortable with it now. I don't miss them very often anymore. I used to a lot though.
I'm normally pretty alright with inside, but if I introduce bottom at all, I'm missing by 2 diamonds. That's just, it's a fact. Oh, I think Joanne's chalk went down in the table.
Oh, I was wondering why she had reached in there. Yeah, it's gonna be probably just gonna have to roll balls down it. I mean, I don't know what the inner workings of the table look like.
I was about to say, I know with other tables, sometimes the chalk will come back down in the ball return, but
Yeah,
I'm not
sometimes
100%
there's a
sure.
shelf between the rails, like it's like 2 metal rails that it rides down, and there's a gap, and sometimes there's like a shelf in the bottom of the table that just catches all the chalk.
Yeah. Oh, they're bringing out the guy with really long arms. Called in backup.
Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys.
Are you?
I have an extra.
Ashley Benoit coming to the rescue with an extra piece of chalk.
I try and be helpful where I can. I've got extra in my bag too, so she can keep it if they don't get hers back.
I think after this match, I'm gonna go down and check the ball return and see if it maybe is stuck back there. If it is, I'll use the bridge to kind of pull it down. There's a good look at both of our players. Got Joanne coming up to the table to break. Sara's in her chair. Joanne is leading 3-1. There's a good flat view of the break shot. I love this view.
Oh, made both side balls. Pretty widespread here. And the 4 drops. Nice.
Should be off to the races here.
3 balls down. We got 1 stripe and 2 solids.
I really don't think it matters which one you go with. Both of them are pretty wide open.
Yeah.
I mean, the stripes, maybe.
Yeah, I think I like the stripes a little bit more. If that 9 goes by the 7, I like stripes. If not, I might take solids here. But as far as opening shots go, stripes has a better.
Let's see if Matt's listening. Maybe we can get that right corner camera just to peek and see if that 9 goes by the 7.
Oh, that looks...
It's close.
That looks close.
Appreciate the view.
It definitely goes in the side, though, and up table, so... If she gets on the 11 good, she could just play a stop shot and play it up table.
The production crew here is so phenomenal. Matt and Kyle putting in a lot of really good work. Also want to give a shout out to the referees. We've had a really good time so far. They've been learning a little bit of new software with the shot clock that we've got going on. They've been catching on pretty quick though.
Yeah, my match earlier got put on the shot clock and don't get on the rail. And it's funny because we still ended up finishing before the match before next to us.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I've been put on a shot clock one time in my life, and I was like, I'll show you speed. And I just started running around the table. I missed like 6 or 7 shots I probably shouldn't have, but I was trying to prove a point.
That sounds like something you would do.
Just a little bit. Can be a wee bit stubborn at times.
A
All right.
wee bit. There's
She's
that Irish coming out.
Yeah, She tried to cheat the pocket a little bit to make sure she had a good shot on the 12. Rattled the 11 a little bit.
It's tough when you're on the rail sometimes.
That's one of those where you have to really decide, do I want to flatten out and just kind of take my medicine, or do I want to try and get good and elevate a little bit? And I think she chose right. Just tried to cheat the pocket a little too much. That 7 does go by the 11.
Yeah.
So there's really no issues here for Sara to run into. She just kind of has to almost play putt-putt around the table. Not a lot of movement. Maybe a touch of draw here to make sure you have a good angle to get on the 6. She rattled it. All right, Joanne's got a really good opening shot back here at the table. It's long, but the 12 is pretty close to the pocket. Nothing much to it. You can try and get on the 9 on the side here. It should be pretty straightforward, but if you miss shape, you've got the 11 ball as kind of like an emergency.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
I think she landed pretty okay. I don't know if she can make that 6 ball. She should be able to. Let's look at that camera angle.
I think she can get by the 8.
She's got it, yeah. Good stroke there.
Really good shot there. Doesn't want to get too flat. Definitely doesn't want to be elevated over the 3.
That's not so bad, though, just because that 5 is so close to the pocket.
I think if you're a left-handed player, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking.
I was about to say, me and you were both lefties.
Yes.
We wouldn't mind this as much, but she's going to have to get a bridge out, and this is one of those where it could get really tricky. We are playing all-ball fouls here at this World Championship, so you're going to have the referee with a really close eye on this one, making sure the cue doesn't brush the top of the 3. This is one of those where I'd almost stack 2 bridges together just to make sure I had enough elevation. I hate using a bridge, though.
Me too. I call it a name that I cannot repeat on a live stream.
It's got to be tough being
Does
5'2"
she not have an
and hating
extension
bridge.
left?
I don't believe either player has their extension at this point in the rack. This shot to me is actually a little bit tougher than the one she played before.
No, this is easy.
Oh, she's got enough of the cue ball.
Yeah.
I thought the cue ball was on the rail. All right, are you taking the 9 on the side first?
No, I play the 11 rail first and play the 9 in the opposite side.
I
or the
like that one
corner.
too. I like that one a lot.
She's got 3 different pockets that it goes in, all on her side of the table right now, and depending on the speed that she hits this at. Yeah.
That's okay too.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I couldn't tell how straight she was on that ball.
She's kind of 50-yard line, whether or not she wants to play it in the side of the corner. I prefer playing it in the corner, making sure you stay down table for the 8, but playing it in the side's not bad also. You just kind of go up and down with it. Are you playing this ball on the side?
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of
It's a
letting the
bigger
stroke
pocket.
out a little bit.
Yeah, it's a bigger pocket from this angle.
Thought she was about to really elevate and dig into it for a second. She leveled out afterwards, though. Good shot there.
4-1. So what are the plans tonight, Sean?
The plans for tonight, got a 5 o'clock match, a 7 o'clock match. I'll be back in the booth. Well, not the commentary booth, but the production booth for those 2. And then afterwards, probably going to go grab a bite to eat and probably get back in the hot tub.
You really like that hot tub.
Yeah, last year when we were here, it was our first time going on the road, and so we had a lot that not necessarily went wrong, but we didn't know everything.
Yeah, a lot of things that you couldn't foresee happening that you
Yeah.
had to adjust to at that point in time.
So there was a lot of busy work to do before and after the tournament last year. Like, I think on average, I slept 3.5 hours a night last year.
That sounds just like you in general, though.
Yeah, but I was working for 18 to 20 hours a day, and then I would have an hour or two to relax. The only night I really got off was the night that we all went to the rooftop for the 4th of July celebration, which was fun, but in retrospect, I probably would have just rather have gotten some sleep. I had a really good time, but probably should have slept.
How much sleep do you get when you go to the Derby?
Oh, none. None. Especially, so this past year, with it being our first year doing the production at Derby, which was an awesome experience. It was really humbling. We had one issue that cost us about a day and a half worth of, a whole day's worth of work. Fire marshal got us on using paracord to suspend everything, and the Bigfoot table was already in. Like, we just had to go around and change 64 points of contact in a scissor lift around a table and lights. So
I'll pretend like I know what that means.
it was a lot. About 40 foot up in the air in a scissor lift.
Oy.
Changing out one by one. It was a lot, but it was a great time. I think this year at Derby I slept about 4 hours a night, 4.5 hours a night, somewhere in there. After we got done doing the tournament stuff, I was always going into the action room, seeing what was going on.
Yeah, it's hard to sleep in that place. There's always something going on. Yeah, as far as me goes, like tonight, I think I'm gonna try to go to the Mad Apple and hit some balls, maybe get some action.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so if anybody's listening and they're in Wisconsin and you want to play some one pocket, let me know.
I don't even know how far away the Mad Apple is from here. It's probably what, like 15, 20 minutes.
I can look it up real quick.
This is the funny part. Last year when we were here, I brought my cues. I hit maybe 30 balls the whole time we were here, it felt like.
It's 33 minutes.
33 minutes. At Derby, I took my cues, and I got to play a little bit more, but not as much as I would have liked, especially on the 10-foot. I love playing on a 10-foot table.
Yeah,
It's so much fun.
Oh, player break. Yeah, I got to, during the Bigfoot tournament, you know, before Roberto had to play Levan the night before, like I got to play with him a little bit on that table, and he didn't beat me a single rack. I was so proud of myself. I was just running out from everywhere. And like Jason Sword was watching, and I had never met him before, and he was like, "Who the heck are you?" Like,
Yeah, Jason, he definitely doesn't hold anything back, but I actually didn't bring my cues at all this year. I didn't plan on. Based off of past experiences, I just kind of expected to have a lot to do after the tournament was over each day. So I was like, I'm just gonna leave them at home. I brought my golf clubs. We got to go golfing this past Sunday, but other than that, just kind of figured I'd be busy working the whole time. It was kind of wild after day one of the tournament last night, having pretty much the night off afterwards. All right, Sara is back. Ready to break?
she's hitting it a little off center, which is making those second balls kind of just a little bit short of the side pockets there.
All right, Joanne has elected to play the solids. They are laying out really nicely, especially because the 6 is in front of the 13. The 5 ball is in trouble, as well as the 4. But she does have 2 opportunities to break them out. Actually, 3. She can use the 6, the 1, or the 2. I think I like using the 1 ball right here to give them a little nudge. Just check it with a little bit of outside English, maybe a little bit of running. to give it a little bit more momentum going into the bottom of the 5. You've got the 6 ball as a backup in case you stay below it and don't have a shot on the 2. She looks like she's just playing this with center ball. And she's got it. What a shot there. I won't be surprised if she asks the referee to come take the rack out now. Yep. Here he comes. This is honestly one of my favorite parts of watching, like referees in pool, watching them analyze where they're gonna, which ball they're gonna mark and how they plan on getting the rack out. He might have to mark both of them here.
Honestly, he might not. I mean, I don't think either one of them is directly on the rack. If he rotates the 8-ball rack to where like the point is like lined up with the 2 balls, he might be able to just lift it straight.
All right. She's got a good look here to get from the 4 to the 5. And then from the 5, all you gotta do is kind of back the cue ball up about 4 to 6 inches.
I agree. Yeah, I like 4 to the 5 to the 6 here. And the 6 leads you right down to that 8-ball. I would have liked to follow that a little bit just to make sure you get that
Angle.
cut. Yeah. This might be a little bit tricky here, but she's still got defense over that 8-ball. That 12 is right on the back of it, so.
Really elevating here. She might be trying to punch this and kind of manipulate the angle. She was really trying to draw it. All right, let's see if Sara can get something going here. She's got a lot of work to do. The 12 ball, I think it only goes in the bottom left-hand corner. Really good look here. She might be able to play into this 13. Oh. I think if she hits that with a little bit more pace, she's able to nudge the 13 up in front of the 6.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough to break that 12 out too, unless you're coming at it from the short side, because you don't want to risk caroming that 8-ball into the pocket.
Honestly, she's shooting the 11 now, but if she would have been a little bit more up on the 11, she might have been able to just stun down. I mean, you bring the scratch in play, but that's the only shot you're really going to have to get onto the 12.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a really tough shot to execute, but sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit.
I love that saying.
After the completion of this rack, we should be getting an update from the scores around the room. I'm kind of curious to see where everybody stands at now.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that other matches existed right now.
Just sitting here staring at a screen like nothing else is going on in the world.
I have a very one-track mindset.
Is that the ADHD?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's good for a pool player, though. Not a terrible trait to have. It's actually a really good shot there by Sara. She nudged the 12 over onto the long rail, put the cue ball right next to the 8. Didn't really leave Joanne much of anything.
Yeah, their only shot is the 5 to the opposite corner and trying to hold this cue ball with, like, twisting it with some bottom right.
That's a lot to ask.
To ask, for sure. I mean, and Sara still has to take care of this 13 ball, too. So, I mean, Joanne might still have another chance if she can't get on it good.
I really like the speed she played that. She just rolled it. If she hits it thicker, the cue ball doesn't travel up the table as much.
Now she's got defense over that 15, too. It's a very well executed shot. Even though she didn't make it sometimes, it's better off. Now she's back to having 2 points of defense.
Yeah, she's definitely got the table advantage going here.
Yeah, so now Sara will just combo this 5 ball in and leave her no look on the 6, forcing her to move it, which was very smart.
She called the ball down here in this bottom left-hand corner. She's gonna try and play rail first.
She can carom this 8 in too if she hits it. Even if she hits it right, this or even just too thick, like there's a good chance this cue ball comes off the top of the 6 and goes towards that 8 ball.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be getting this aggressive with it. Honestly, I might kick to the bottom rail and just push the 6 ball up by the 15. That way it works too. And you've left Sara a pretty straightforward shot on the 13 or the 12. Either one's viable. I kind of like the 12 first because it brings you out to the middle of the table as opposed to the 13 taking you to the long rail.
I mean, if she goes 13 and then 12 with the 8 near the pocket, it doesn't really matter what ball you use to get on it. So I like the 13, 12, 9, 15. Yeah, and it doesn't really matter how she hits it there because the pocket was so big.
I think I'm going to go back and forth on this one just to make sure that I get the cue ball a little bit further up the table. I'm not going to slow roll this. It's got to get there though.
Big bounce. She got there. I kind of like following this and getting up under the 15. If you go too far, you've got it on the side. If you come short, which I prefer to come short on, you can play it in the corner and float down for the 8. Overdid it.
Well, Joanne should have a pretty straightforward shot here. Just kind of roll the 6 ball in and float down for the 8 in the same pocket.
Yeah, Sara's had a few opportunities this set, especially the last couple of racks. It's tough when, you know, you don't really know what that cue ball is going to do, and it forces you, or it makes you almost like not hit the ball like you know you should.
Right.
You know, deceleration and all that jazz. All right, let's check out some scores from around the room.
Let's see what we got, Matt.
Okay, so Dawn is up 4-1 over Sandy. We got Samia is up 4-0 over Lori John. Mina Tani is up 4-1 over Pam. Neo, well, dang it, I forgot how to say it again. Hold on. Neo Yuashwan is up 3-0 over Natalie Chabot. And Billy Billing is up 4-0 over Ada. I guess there are no tables on 6 and 7.
Yeah, I know.
Are they both forfeits?
I think we had one forfeit in the first
Yeah,
group.
I saw Kennedy over there had a forfeit.
I don't know about the 2 in this round particularly. I'm just honestly kind of surprised that none of the matches going on right now are really relatively close. Maybe some of the girls will wake up a little bit more. It is still pretty early in the day.
Yeah, as the field is, you know, shortened down to the nitty gritty, and that the strong players are left, you'll see a lot more close matches, I feel like.
Yeah. Do you know who you play next round, or?
I believe it's Olivia Chang.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that though.
If it is, that should be a good one. That'll be a lot of firepower.
Oh yeah, no, see, I'm still waiting on the loser of a match, so
Oh, are you?
I don't know. I don't know who I'm playing next. Okay, yeah, so Susan Mello got a forfeit. That was on table 7.
Okay.
And Veronique Menard got a forfeit on table 8. So there was 3 total forfeits, I believe. All right, did she make a ball? Yes, she did.
she made a ball. I think I like solids just because of the 10 and the 1, but really, I mean, you could play the 10 up in the top left corner.
Yeah, the 1 is a little bit tricky to get to. Yeah, she's electing stripes here, which I don't disagree with. I mean, either or could work. Oh, I think she was so worried about where her cue ball was going, she kind of forgot to look at that object ball. I do it all the time.
Yeah, I've been known to do it a time or 10. All right. So Sara has taken the stripes. There's a little bit of work to do in this rack. The 10 ball's a little tricky, but I think the 14 leads to it. As long as you take care of the 9 first.
I noticed she's getting up a little bit on her shot. She raised just maybe like half an inch to an inch on that cue before she went through that ball.
I'm actually kind of curious. I don't know, but the 5 might go in between the 7 and the 1. It's close.
It's close.
She's looking at it now. If it does, that's the opening shot that I'm taking.
I agree. If it doesn't, the 7 might go. Or actually, honestly, I like taking the 1 right now. She's got the window on the 1 ball.
Yeah, just playing the 1, floating probably 1 rail up for the 4. Is that the 4? Sorry, colors are hard for colorblind people.
You're colorblind?
Yeah, I am.
I didn't know. How did I not know that?
I don't know.
Are you red-green colorblind?
Green and blue.
Green-blue. Interesting.
Yep.
That's not a common one.
Nope.
My stepdad is red-green colorblind, and it's funny because he works construction, so he has to wear those like bright yellow, like orangish, like vests, right?
Yeah.
And my mom got him the glasses that fix his color blindness, and he put them on one day, and he looked at the vest and he was like, "You let me out of the house wearing this every day?" Like, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, whenever I do play pool, which is very rarely nowadays, I maybe play once a week, and that's just for like an hour or 2.
Yeah, well, if we play that doubles tournament, you better be practicing.
I can make that happen. But when I play like 9 ball or any kind of rotation game, I have to walk around the table and look at the numbers on all the balls to make sure I know which ball's which, so I don't play shape for the wrong ones.
Does that 10 not go up table? I think it does.
Oh, it does. It
Yeah,
has to.
she got perfect on it. She looked a little disappointed with where she landed, but I think that was perfect.
Yeah, I think she could play a stop shot on the 10 and then shoot the 9 on the side. Good look here. Stop shot on the 10, 9 ball on the side, play the
Yep.
14, then the 12.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, honestly, if I would roll forward with this a little bit instead of a stop shot on the 9.
Yeah.
Just so you don't have a funky angle on this 14 ball.
It's almost better to roll to the opposite side of, like, where the opposite side of the
Yeah.
angle is to make sure that you don't travel towards the 12. But you also don't want to go too far because you don't want to travel too far towards the 5 and the 7. It's kind of a little bit of a balanced shot.
Yeah, you just want to roll forward a couple inches, yeah.
Alright, Sara should be able to put another notch on the board for herself. She's kind of traveling away from the 12 a little bit more. Good shot there. Alright, how are you playing this one? Where are you wanting to
what
take
kind
the
of
8?
angle? Can I get that right side angle? Okay, yeah, I come out to the middle of the table and shoot the 8 in the side where the 6 is.
Looks like she might just be trying to play it up in that top left
Yeah, see,
corner.
I don't like jacking up on this shot because you can lose your cue ball, especially jacked up, yeah.
She's
Okay,
got all
she
right.
landed good on it.
should be 5-2 after this 8-ball.
All right, nice out there by Sara. I'm gonna take a bathroom break really quick. I will see you guys in a few minutes.
All right. I'll hold down the fort. Hopefully everyone's having a good day today. I appreciate you all for tuning in to the Oneida Women's World 8-Ball Championships right here in Green Bay, presented by the Oneida Nation. We've also got Peach Hour Cues and Olhausen Billiards as our main sponsors for the event. A couple other sponsors, Sinorama and Dr. Pool, as well as Atlas. After the conclusion of this round, there will be a 1-hour break in between the morning and night sessions. We will get started back up at 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Real quick, want to shout out the tournament director. We've got Kathy from the WPBA. She's been doing a phenomenal job. She's been organizing the bracket. She is the one picking out the matches that are going on the featured tables. Doing a fantastic job there. As Sara gets down to break. Solid break there. The 10-ball hit both of the points in the side pocket, and it looks like it might end up dry. It's kind of unfortunate. It was a really good contact between the cue ball and the head ball here in game number 8. Great look at the overhead here. I do like solids. The 1 is kind of trouble because it's blocked by the 12, but it does go in the upper left-hand corner. The 7's gettable, the 2, the 5's gettable, the 4's hanging over the pocket. The 3's a little squirrely. I think it goes by the 11 in what is the top left pocket that you're looking at, and then the 6 goes in the side. Everything in solids looks pretty open. The 9 and the 15 look really tied up. It does look like Joanne was going after the stripes there. That might have been because she just didn't really have a good opening shot on solids. I do think Sara is going to take the solids, though. They do seem to lay out the best and a lot less work to deal with. Oh, maybe. Definitely didn't want to bump the 5 there. Kind of caught herself in a predicament here. She really wanted to end up back towards the second diamond, the spot area, almost around where the 8-ball was. It would have left her with a lot more options. I think she wanted to shoot the 5-ball next. She just needed to miss it. I will also say it does take a lot of courage to step up and play on a stream table. A lot of lights, a lot of cameras. All the focus is on you. So hats off to these players for stepping up here and giving it their all. Well, Joanne got her wish. She is the stripes. She doesn't have a very good opening shot here, honestly. If she can get at the 12 ball, which is, I think, what she's looking at, that's not a bad play. She might be playing the 14 ball up by the 12. I was about to say, I knew she could see one or the other, just wasn't quite sure which one it would be. It was a really good shot there. I kind of like playing the 13 ball here. Little bit of bottom left. She's a little bit flat on it, but with the right English and the right speed, I think she could get into the 15 ball. If she doesn't like it, then I do not mind playing the 12 ball first, playing the 10 all the way down here in this bottom right-hand corner pocket, floating out to the middle of the table to give herself a better angle to try and get after the 9 and the 15. She tried to go after it right now. Needs that ball to sit. Yeah, it's going to be a tough spot. If the 9 goes in the side, which it very well might, if it does, then she's gotten kind of fortunate, but I don't know if it does or not. Looks like she's going to clip the 15 before she gets the right spot on the 9. I don't mind that shot. Joanne just realizing that she didn't really have a great offensive shot, so take one of Sara's balls off the table. She's still got to deal with the 6 and the 5. The 11 ball is really big right there. I'm not sure if the 6 is gettable in the side pocket. If it is, then it makes it a little bit easier. If it's not, then there's a lot of work left to do. The 3 ball does go by the 11, so you can use that to kind of get into them. Both of them go in the right-hand side pocket, so there's plenty of opportunity in this rack. It's just a matter of capitalizing. I think she's going to get a favorable roll here. She did. All right, Joanne taking her time here. I don't blame her. Being elevated up over this 10 ball, don't want to commit a foul. She did go ahead and break out the 15 and the 9. That works out well. The unfortunate thing is she did leave Sara the perfect angle to go into this 6 and 5. She doesn't have to go into them hard, just a little nudge will do. All right, if she can see the 7, which I don't think she can, that would be the most ideal play. But if not, the 6 does cut in the side. If you introduce a little bit of low on it, you'll run into the 7. You don't got to hit it hard, just pocket speed enough to get the 6 to the pocket. 7 should hang up down here around the bottom right-hand corner. It looks like she's going forward. She might be playing for the 5. I think she was playing for the 5. That would have been a really good shot. As Ashley was saying earlier, these side pockets are playing a lot tighter than they were last year. All right, Joanne's got to figure out what she's going to do with the 15 and 9. You don't want to save it till it's too late. Then you got to really move the cue ball back and forth across the table with the way they're sitting.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, these 3 balls on the rail there for Joanne are not the best. Honestly, at this point, I would bank this 9 ball.
Yeah, now you're speaking my language.
Yeah, that's exactly what she's doing. When you're coming into the 15, you might make both of them.
And no matter what, you should have shape for the 13 down here. Oh, she went wide. I would have used bottom on that. Shot over some
I
more
like
pace.
using bottom on that just to make sure I bump the 15, because even from there, if she made it, she won't have an easy shot. Like if she bumps the 15 and uses it to stall the cue ball, she can shorten that 9 ball. I play a lot of banks though, so it's one of my favorites. 1 pocket and banks are my favorite.
You can get 6-5 in banks.
I'll take it.
I can't shoot a ball straight in, but by gosh, I'll hit a rail or 4 of them. Kind of curious with the choice there to go forward. It seemed like she really had to punch that to create the angle and use a lot of spin. Anytime you use that much English whenever you're really stroking the ball, it's hard to gauge exactly how far or short it's going to go. All right. She might have left a window here for the 11.
Yeah, I think you're right.
If she did, that could spell trouble. Oh, yeah. The window's wide open. All right, I'm just going to roll this ball in and take my medicine, go out for the 9 up in that top right-hand corner. A little hard, or not hard enough, depending on which way you're looking at it, if you're wanting to play that 2 rails to let it bounce out. Honestly, from here, I think I'm going to play the 15. I'm not even looking at the 9. I'm just...
Yeah, I agree with you, because the 15 naturally gets you over for that 9 ball. It's not a shot you hit hard. You just want to float it down the rail.
And the nice thing is, like, you're on the rail, you kind of have to use a little bit of top, but you don't have to use any right, no left, just straight center ball, and it leads you directly where you're going. The shot's going to be a little bit further because you are putting top on it. You don't really want to elevate into this one, especially when you're floating a ball. Like, if you're punching it, it makes it a little bit easier when you elevate, but if you're just kind of slow rolling it, it makes it a lot harder to make a good strike on the cue ball. Like right there, she seemed kind of punchy at it instead of just floating it. But luckily for her, she hasn't left anything easy. The cue ball is frozen. Well, if it's not frozen, it's really close.
Yeah, it's as close to frozen as you can be without being frozen.
The shot on the 6 it looks like a scratch. You might be able to beat it.
Yeah, with it
close.
being on the rail, it's hard to hit it with the outside. You need to avoid that scratch. Okay.
It's not.
Tied that 13 ball up.
It's not going to be bad. And the 6 is blocking the bank. Tell you what, whoever's been playing music here today, they can have the aux anytime.
Oh, for sure.
It's been a really good mix. You said you play at noon again tomorrow?
Yeah.
If that's the case, what time are you heading up to Mad Apple? Are you going to stick around and watch Ashley Rice's match, or?
It depends on when Ray Skinador texts me back, because he's most likely my ride up there.
Gotcha.
Well, the right shot here is to play the 5, but if you're not feeling confident, you don't want to take your only defense away. Okay, she hit that pretty solid.
Really good strike there. Alright, she's pretty straight on the 7 ball. She could elect to go forward with it, or you can draw back to the center of the table. The only thing is you want to make sure you get past the 9, which I think she has. But now she is traveling away from the 8 ball. So wouldn't be surprised if she just kind of rolls this ball in, bounces off the long rail a little bit, just enough to where the 9 ball's clear, or she could stun up just above it. Alright, she's got a chance to go up to bring it back within 2. She hit it thick. Alright, Joanne doesn't have an easy opener, but she does have a chance to steal a game here.
Yeah, this is tough to get to this 13 ball.
Honestly,
Kinda.
with the way the 8's sitting, I might just bump the 15 and leave the cue ball back there, because if she tries to kick at it one rail, the cue ball is likely to follow it in, if it's deep enough. Can't quite tell from this look, but we'll get to it eventually.
I like playing the 9 here, coming behind the 15, and playing a safe behind the 13 ball. Yeah, she hit that a little bit too firm. Alright, Sara's closing the gap a little bit from 5-1 to 5-3. Let's check a couple scores around the room again. Maybe.
No, I think they're doing it every 3 racks.
Every 3 racks? Oh,
Oh,
okay. They brought it up for us. All right, so Minatani is on the hill over Pam. All right, Neo Yueshwan. I'm going to pretend like that was the right pronunciation. I don't feel like looking at my sheet again. Samia Kanishi's up 5-1. Dawn's up 4-2. And Billy is up 5-1. So... no.
Yeah, a couple of the players out there have gotten a couple racks back, but
Yeah, I think besides the 4-2 one, this is the closest match.
yeah, they've all been pretty lopsided so far, but it's still early in the tournament. You're gonna have a couple of those matches. Yesterday was a really good day, though. I knew it was going to be a really suspenseful and kind of long day whenever the defending champion Jasmine Ocean almost goes hill in the first match.
Who'd she play?
Trying to remember.
Minatani? I think it was Minatani.
It was Minatani. I think Jasmine won 7-5 or 7. It might have been hill.
It's a lot of pressure if you're the defending champ, you know?
Yeah.
More than anybody else in the field, I would say.
All right. Sarah's gotten a couple back. Let's see what Joanne can get done here in rack number 9. Solid break, good contact. The 4 got kind of kicked out. It was heading straight for the side pocket, it looked like. Unfortunate to be dry there.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking some stripes here.
Yeah, the 1-6 doesn't look very fun. Everything else seems to be pretty out in the open, but the 1 and the 6 don't look ideal. She was trying to hold shape for the 10 and hooked herself with the 2. A little unfortunate. I think that's the 2. Is that the 2?
Yeah, I think that's a 2.
Okay. All right.
If she can play this 7 right now and break that 6 up, not 1 up, I think that's the shot to play here.
Yeah, I think that's the only shot I'm playing. I don't care how tough the shot on the 7 is. I'm going for it just because I want to clear my trouble out.
And as a righty, you're favored on this shot. You can reach it without being cross over your body.
Really good look here. She got one part right. Just kind of undercut the 7 a little bit.
I like hitting that with a little bit of spin. To throw it a little bit, you can hit it a little bit harder too, because your cue ball didn't really land in a good spot to make another ball after that. Unless you take the 1 all the way up or play the 6 in the other corner. Both of them are very tough shots.
Alright, I think she's overrun the 10 just a touch, so I think she'll be playing the 13 in the side next.
Yeah, I like playing the 13. I don't like coming all the way out for the 10. I like playing the 10 in the corner where she's standing, and then the 9 after that. And then from the 11, why'd she hit that so hard?
Was she trying to hit the 10?
I don't know, but she could have rolled that. Yeah, from there I liked that ball on the side, the 10 in the corner she's standing, and then the 9, and then the 11, then the 14, and then the 8.
I don't even know if this bank goes. Everything kind of opens up, and the 2 might be in the way.
I think that 2's in the way. I like the double, if anything.
Fun fact of the day, that's what the Brits call a bank, a double.
And then they call a double bank a treble or something like that.
Do they really?
Or something, I don't know. I could be making stuff up. I should message Tony Holgate and ask him. He's probably commentating right now on the shootout at the Ultimate Pool in Kansas City.
Alright, do you like her to clean up here?
I do.
What's the pattern? Obviously, she's thinking of starting with the 3, so where do you go after that?
Honestly, I like starting with the 7 or the 1. I mean, there's so many different paths you can take.
Alright, she's going to start
with
the 7.
7 to the 6. Or the 3, depending on where that cue ball ends up.
I guess she's going to try and take care of everything up table. Which isn't a bad, pattern. It's just...
If she's going to start with the balls up table, I would play the 4 to the 2 in the side, and then the 3, 6, then 1.
Yeah, that way the 2 ball kind of leads you back down to this end of the table.
Yes. I think that's what she's doing here.
So do you like saving the 1 ball as an out ball?
I do, yeah.
Just kind of like a little stop shot here on the 3. Leaves you a little bit below the 6, so you can kind of play up above the 1.
Yep.
And then draw your cue ball 3 rails for a shape on the 8 in the top right corner.
Yeah, depending on the angle she gets on this one, she can either just draw it straight back for the 8 in the corner she's standing at, or come around off the rail. Yeah, so she'll just draw it straight back. Try and look at that cue ball exactly where it's at right now.
Yep. Which I think she has the right angle. She might have to kind of punch off the rail. Not punch, but go off the rail a little bit. I don't know if she's dead straight in on it or not. But even if you have to use the rail, as long as you're not traveling towards the 8, you should be okay. Didn't really get any draw on it, so it's going to make this shot a little bit tougher. Anytime you're stretched out like that, it makes it a lot harder to put any kind of English on the ball.
Yeah, you play this one pocket speed because you're going to have defense over these 2 balls if you happen to miss it.
Really good look here. Joanne trying to get on the hill.
She already called her extension on that one ball, so she's got 10 seconds to shoot this.
Good
Good
shot.
shot.
All right. She needs 1. Sara needs 4. I don't remember who's breaking next game.
So Joanne won the lag, so this is the 10th rack. Sara's breaking this game.
Okay.
All right, Sean is taking a small break here. He'll be back in a couple minutes. All right, so Sara to break here.
Table 3 elimination match is complete. Osamia Kanishi defeating Lori John Brahma. Let's give Lori John a round of applause.
So again, those balls to the side pockets are just short of where they needed to be. I like stripes in this scenario. Maybe not. No, yeah, I like stripes because of that 2 ball. So I just, the only shot for stripes to really start with though is your 1 defense ball. So if you're gonna take stripes, you need to get out. Alright, so she's going solids here. I think she's going to try and break this 2 ball out now. Got a little ahead of herself there.
All right, I'm back. Looks like Sara's shooting solids here.
Yeah, the 6 ball is going to be the trickiest ball to get to, especially with those stripes on the rail just above it. You've got a pretty small window.
I guess Joanne's going to have to start with a 10 here.
Yeah.
Not really much else.
Unless she wants to play a safe behind the 11 with the 13, but I think it's just too early in the rack to be trying to play those safes, especially when everything goes.
Give Natalie a round of applause.
Alright, so 2 of our matches has ended so far with Samia Kanishi advancing and Neo Yua Schwan advancing.
I think you're getting better and better at saying that as we go.
I hope I'm not butchering it for her sake. I've had some people call like my last name Bennett, and I'm like, what?
Benoit.
Benoit, Bennett, like, it's just funny.
Yeah.
Oof.
I didn't think she
Flash
made that one
cue
for a second.
ball. Okay. She's still got the 15 here, so she's not in trouble quite yet.
Does that 11 go by the 6 and 12 down here?
I believe it does, yeah. I think you have to shoot the 15 here. And then try, if you have the angle to, try and stun out for the 14 and then play from there the 11, 13. Or if you don't have the angle, play a stop shot and play the 12 2 rails back and forth to the 14, and then from there the 11. Yeah, these side pockets are so tricky.
Yeah, one of my least favorite shots in the game is shooting into a side pocket. Like, if it's dead straight in, obviously it's easy, but like whenever you start getting into like the cuts where the half the pocket's gone, that it makes it real tough, man.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't really have a great opener here, honestly.
Doesn't know. She's got to play this combo or play it safe, but the safe is so touchy.
Yeah, you have to like marry it to the back of the 4, and it's just a lot to ask for.
It is, yeah.
All right, Joanne. She's got a good look here to maybe get out. She's got a lot of work to do, but she's looking at that 11 ball right now. Like playing the 15 to the 14, and then if the 11 does go from the 14, I'd like to get as straight as possible on the 11 to be able to hold shape for the 13.
Yeah, just play like a stop shot on the 11, leave yourself a little bit of angle on that 13, and just come off the rail and play the 12 to get to the 8.
All right,
so she's going to play the 12 to the 14 or the 11 in the side. But I don't like that because then she has to get the 14 out of the way first before she plays the 13. So I think she has to go to the 14 next from here. Nice stroke there. This shot, I like to hit it with just a little bit of outside. Hit it a little fuller to get that cue ball to stop and hold it
so
for the
you're gonna
11.
float it?
I'm gonna try to float it. I don't care about the distance on the 11 as much. I just worry about the angle.
Honestly, another shot, I don't know if it's playable, but if the 11 goes in the side, you could play this with a bunch of top right.
Yeah,
Bring the cue ball a couple rails around. That brings the 2 ball in play, so it's not really an ideal shot.
Yeah, I like her choice here. Yeah, just try and stop shot. You don't want to leave yourself jacked up over the 6. If you can get off of the rail, that would be ideal. But
honestly, I might hit this with enough follow just to move the 6.
Come into the top of the 6. I don't mind that either.
So really good look at it. She's playing it with bottom, so she's playing your shot. She might kind of punch it a little bit just to make sure she doesn't get elevated over the 6 like you were saying. She's gone wide, and that's gonna kick.
Yeah, that's what happens when you elevate like that, though. Like, unless you're hitting it, as good can be, you can definitely overcut it. That tends to happen.
Honestly, anytime I can avoid playing with bottom, I've been trying to a lot lately, because I've noticed, like, when I do miss shots, it's because I'm really trying to force the issue by playing with bottom. Like with that shot right there, I would have known that if I play with bottom, I may be a little less accurate, but if I play with top, I know I'm going to run into the 6, and that's going to stop my cue ball for the 13. It might actually even give me a really good angle to kind of back cut it a little bit and get out to the center of the table. But some players are just more comfortable with other things. That's why we play the game.
Yeah, she's really worried about the 6 ball. You have a very small window to get to it. Very small.
Trying to figure out what kind of angle she has on this four, because if she could play a stop shot, she might have the angle to play the 5 ball with a little bit of, you don't even have to put much top on it, but just a little bit of inside to kind of bring the cue ball 2 rails around for that window on the 6.
She could play the 2 here.
Kind of drag up behind it.
Yeah, I mean, either come into the rail and into the 11 full to try to, like, stop the cue ball. No, so she's not playing the 2 now.
She playing this with bottom?
Did she get to the window? I think she got
did.
there. Yeah, she did. That's a beautiful shot. Snaps for that one.
That's a really good shot.
Yeah.
Tough to find the window, especially playing with the bottom. Sometimes it's a lot harder to judge your speed when you're using bottom English as opposed to top.
Sara likes bottom. Like, from what I know about her game, she likes to hit things more with draw than follow, is what I've noticed.
Well, that one might cost a little bit. It just kind of depends on the angle she left on the 11, I think. Honestly, I really like the camera angle we just had.
Yeah, I think we got to play the 11 in the corner here.
Yep. And kind of draw into the 6 a little.
Mm-hmm.
You can honestly almost cheat the pocket a little bit. If you put a little outside on this ball, you can hit it a little fuller into the rail and it still might twist in. So that's what you didn't want. You wanted to make sure that you bump the 6.
Yeah, she's not directly over the 6, though. She's got, she has to hit this with top anyway. As a righty, though, it's a little bit trickier.
And there you see the referee keeping a close eye on this shot, making sure that she does not contact the 6 because we are playing all ball fouls. Yeah, it just makes that shot so much tougher.
Yeah, as a lefty, I can play that. I mean, I almost prefer playing that shot from the bottom rail and possibly putting my extension on.
Yeah.
Instead of leaning over from the side rail.
Honestly, I normally just get too stubborn and shoot it right-handed. I don't want to walk back for a bridge or an extension or anything.
You're going to shoot a shot right-handed jacked up?
Yeah.
Ooh, you are a brave man.
I didn't say I was going to make it. I just know I'm not going to hit the object ball that I'm trying to avoid. I think she got there. Looks like it.
Just barely, but she got there.
I definitely don't like the idea of using a bridge on a shot like this, but you got to do what you got to do. Okay, she can shoot more away from it. I thought she had to shoot more into it.
Alright, Sara's staying alive and Joanne to break next.
I do believe that the players are going to go on a quick break. It looks like Joanne is taking hers, so... While the players are taking a break, we're going to go ahead and talk about a couple more of our sponsors. We've already talked about Olhausen, the tables that we're playing on, but we haven't talked about the cloth or the balls. We want to thank Simonis Cloth and Aramith Billiard Balls for being sponsors of this event as well. Also want to thank Digital Pool. That's where you can find the bracket, the live scores, and the field. We want to thank them for letting us use their platform to keep the tournament results on. One more time, I want to thank Dr. Poole for everything he does for not just this tournament, but the WPBA as a whole. Also want to thank our tournament director, Miss Kathy, always staying on top of it, making sure that the players are well taken care of, as well as the tournament running as smoothly as possible. Want to give a quick shout out to Sinorama. They definitely helped us out with not only backing the tournament, but we had an issue come up with some of the signage for the arena, and they really helped us out. So really want to shout them out and say thank you. Obviously, you've got Olhausen Billiard Products, the supplier of these tables. Dan and his team do a phenomenal job. Everyone has been on top of it. I think they've been rechecking the level on these tables every single morning after a whole day's play. They go ahead and throw a couple levels on each one and make sure they're all perfect for the players to play on. Also want to thank Peach Hour Custom Cues. They do so much for women's sports, not only at this tournament, but they sponsor, I think they're sponsoring five players in this field. Just a fantastic group of guys over there. They even had goodie bags for the players as they arrived at the tournament in the opening ceremony, so that was really, really nice of them, really neat. And of course, our title sponsor, the Oneida Nation, right here in beautiful Green Bay, Wisconsin, allowing us to use their property and inviting us in, arms wide open, being very welcoming. Can't say enough good about them.
Table 4 elimination match is complete with Mina Tani defeating Pamela Kelly. Let's put your hands together for Pam.
We are all super excited to be here. This is always a fun event on tour. Been looking forward to it for a whole year since last year. And with that, I do believe Joanne is back in the arena. It will be her break. We should be getting right back to it. Here we go.
Ooh, spin on that saved her from the break, or the scratch, I mean.
Yeah, she had a lot of top on that, didn't
Yeah.
she? The cue ball, it was spinning so much, it just kind of stopped and went straight to the side.
All right, I mean, it's a pretty open table here. I think I like solids. 6 to the 2 to the 1. Or 6 to the 2 to the 3 to the 1. Because I think the 3 is being blocked by that 9.
Yeah, I think you're right. And if you get good enough on the 1 at any point, you can always just play it, and then you have just a little bit of a pinch drawback for the 7.
Yeah, or just bump the 8 and get the 7 on the side.
Yeah. A lot of potential here. The 5 ball is really big down there for the 11 too. I don't know if the 11 goes by it, but if it doesn't, makes the window for getting on the 11 a little bit tougher.
And you can even play the 3 now. I mean, it just depends on preference. I like playing the 2, drawing back to about where the cue ball is now, and then playing the 3.
Yeah, I think I agree there. That just seems to be a little bit more of a straightforward run out. You don't want to...
Less cue ball movement.
Yeah, if you're going to take care of some of the balls down here, you might as well take care of all of them and not just leave one stranded.
Mm-hmm. All right, so she's got a little bit of angle on this. Okay. I'd like playing with one now. I don't know if she has she can pinch it back, I think, for the 3, but it's going to be hard to control the cue ball if she plays the 3 now.
I think she can go into the 8 off the 1 right here if she wanted to.
That's what I was thinking too.
Okay.
That's why I figured you might be safer playing the 1 now, but it's going to be tough to get back to that 3 afterwards. So
The only thing you don't want to do is you don't want to play it too hard to where the 8 goes down and blocks either the 4 or the 5.
yes.
That's the one bit of trouble you could get into. She might even have the angle right now to play the 3 in the side and
Pinch
kind
it
of
back.
well, just she could honestly maybe go into the 8 right now with the 3.
Yeah, I think she's going to pinch it. Yeah, that was the only problem with that shot. Like I said, you can lose the cue ball. It's hard to control that.
Yeah, that just seemed like a little too touchy of a shot. I guess she's gonna kind of bump the 1 here and play down to the bottom rail. Yeah,
That's a good shot.
good speed control, just barely came off the rail.
If
Probably
she
about
could
an
have
inch
gotten
or
just
so.
a hair further, I don't know if Sara can see this 10 or not. But if she can, if Joanne could have gotten that cue ball just a little bit further down that rail, would have been ideal. But I mean, she still left her long and pretty straight, so it's about as much as you can ask for with what she was given there. The 7 is still going to be tricky, but the 10, moving that 10 cleared the corner out, so now she doesn't have to break it out off of the 8 ball. If she can play the 5 here, just roll up, play the 4 all the way up table, past the 9. Yep, that's what she's looking at. And then from there, as long as you leave yourself angle on the 4, you can come off the rail and play the 1, the 7, and then the 8. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
She left herself a really good angle.
Yes, I like this kind of angle versus coming into the rail and back out.
It's a lot easier to judge the speed whenever you're not making contact with
Yep.
more than just the one object ball. Oh, really good shot. Good speed control. Absolutely perfect.
This is just tic-tac-toe from here, and she should have this set. Making sure she gets on the right side of the 7 ball so she's not coming into or crossing the 8 ball.
Yeah. I think if she just plays the stop shot, she should be good. She pulled
Yeah.
it back a little bit. I don't hate that. It lets you travel away from the 8 even more. All right.
Ooh. Yeah, the slide of those pockets.
She used all of it.
Day 4 or 5, that might have not have dropped, but it will today. All right, nice out, Joanne. And that about does it for our afternoon session. We will be back at 5 p.m. What is the match at 5 p.m.?
I actually do not know, but we will be posting it.
Let me look. I can look.
You gonna have a look real quick?
I'm gonna have a look, see
Ashton
real
defeating
quick.
Sara Miller. Let's give Sara a round of applause.
All right, our 5 o'clock match will be winner's side, and it will be Ooh. Rubelin Ahmed versus Savannah Easton.
That's going to be a fun one. I like that one too because both the players play a little bit on the quicker side. They kind of run around the table.
Yep. All right. Well, tune in at 5 o'clock to see that one. Until then, adios.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in.